Today we are going back inside the fitting room. We are going to test out another store and see what it's like for me here in LA. And if my size is available, what the selection is like, what the fit is like, etc. If you haven't seen any of these videos, I have done several of them over the last few years. I'll link a playlist for you down below. But essentially I go into the store, grab whatever feels like it might fit me, try it on in the fitting room and let you know so that you can have a little bit of an insight in case you're curious about it before you go out there and try it on or purchase it or whatever it is you may do. And you know, going into the fitting room can be a really scary experience. It can be anxiety inducing. I have left fitting rooms in tears before. There's a lot that goes into it and it can be really stressful. So hopefully by me making this video, you will feel a little less intimidated, a little bit less alone, and you can consider me kind of your guinea pig in these types of situations. I'm happy to take one for the team for all of you. And today we're going inside a kind of unique store that I feel like I can offer maybe a different perspective of, and we're going inside of an ASOS store today. From what I understand, New York and LA are the only two in-store ASOS locations for like the entire company. They have pretty much entirely been online only, and I thought it might be cool to check out a store and see what they have in store, see what the plus size selection is like, because that's another thing. ASOS, I would say, has the best plus size selection. It can be really hit and miss, but I would say they have like the most current, kind of cute, trendy stuff in plus sizes. So I'll be really curious to try some stuff on in store. Let's go ahead and head inside and see what we can find in my size. Let's do it.
Can I just say, first of all, how much I love the Grove? Like, I am just a Grove girly. I love it so much. I made my way to the store and I actually stopped by an old familiar store.
RIP to the Madewell store that I filmed a fitting room video in like 2019. She's gone. Goodbye.
So I made my way into this huge store. It's literally massive. It actually used to be a Topshop and then Nordstrom/ASOS bought it. So anyways, here is a little bit of what the inside of the store looks like. It's huge. It's got two levels. Women is downstairs and then men is upstairs. And I was actually kind of surprised. I dug in right away looking for anything that was in my size. And usually when I go into places like Abercrombie or American Eagle, my size is always like the biggest size that they would possibly carry, and there's like one or two of them. But I actually found a couple things like this corset top that's in a US size 22. I found that vest top that was in my size. I found at the very top of this pile a UK size 18, US size 14, which is my size too. But one thing I will say is that the majority of this stuff is very like club wear. There wasn't too much like everyday kind of clothing, but I did find this little area that had an ASOS curve section. So everything on this rack and in this little corner was curved. So after spending about 20 minutes trying to gather as much as I could, I made my way to the fitting room. First, we're going to try on this cute little like mock neck turtleneck sweater. My typical size in ASOS is a UK 18 or a US 14, and this retailed for $28. And then I found this micro mini skirt and I was like, you know what, let's try it out. It was also a UK 18 and it retailed for $35. And let me tell you, I knew this thing was going to be short, but as soon as I put it on, I was like, what on earth? I need to censor this immediately. Yeah, so let's just get into it. The top was actually a little bit big on me, surprisingly. So ASOS is very hit and miss, and I think just sort of maybe the combination of the brand kind of having inconsistent sizing as well as it being like a UK brand and maybe some of that getting lost in translation. But yeah, anyways, this skirt was, you know, a low-rise skirt. It actually was a little bit big as well, surprisingly, but I could never wear this anything more than like super low rise because as you can see, my literal butt was hanging out. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I would literally never wear this. I was just trying it on for funsies. If this skirt was in like a longer shape, I think I would be down for it, honestly. But as you can see by my face, I was just like, this could never work. I just absolutely hate this and I need to move on. Next, I tried on this sort of like 60s, 70s tweed style skirt. I thought it was so cute. It was a UK 18 and it retailed for $42. And then this top that I chose to go with it, we will get into this top. This top was kind of a hot mess. It was also UK 18, also retailed for $42, which is pretty pricey for ASOS, honestly. I usually shop them online, mostly because they are an entirely online brand, and they usually have really good sales or coupon codes. But anyways, this was a disaster. And if you're like, hey, you put this shirt on wrong, yes, I absolutely did. and I could not figure it out for the life of me. If I stuck my head in that hole right there in the middle, then it didn't work on either side. And then this way it was completely wonky as well, so I don't know. I have no idea. But the skirt actually was really cute. Unfortunately, it was missing an entire button, and the fit to me wasn't necessarily ideal either. It kind of like overlapped on itself and just buttoned up kind of weird. So this was just a big no from me. I kind of had high hopes for this, but this was just a disaster. Like, I really thought I did something by pulling this outfit. I was like, ooh, this is gonna be really cute, and it wasn't. The skirt was actually good quality, but I would never purchase it. Then moving on, I found this really cute sort of like Barbie core-esque kind of outfit. I found these corduroy pants, but this was me kind of going out on a limb because they were an extra large. And then I found this sort of like almost corset style top. It was satin, it was a size large, and both of these were kind of pricey as well, but I was like, let's try it out. And these pants, I mean, yeah, absolutely not. It was a great attempt, but just no. It's just a big no. So I'll go ahead and show it to you anyways. I was sorely disappointed, and this was actually the point where I started questioning everything. I was like, is any of this stuff gonna fit? Because this is a mess. It's so funny because I can go to Target and wear a size large or an extra large and be completely fine, but in this brand, absolutely not. So it's just interesting how it varies from brand to brand. This top in particular, it looked like I was wearing like an ace bandage to tape down my boobs. Like, it was literally so tight. Cute outfit, but the whole fit thing was like a 0 out of 10. Next, we moved on to a cute little bodysuit. Again, this was a size large. I was working with what they had that was available, and then I decided to try a pair of jeans because I was like, I'm gonna try at least one, and these were in a size 36, which is roughly a US size 14. These retailed for $74, which I found to be so pricey for a pair of ASOS jeans. I don't know, call me crazy. And when I tell you this button fly was the most difficult thing I have ever encountered in my entire life, I am not lying. I sat here and struggled with this button for about 3 minutes. It was so humbling. It was like the tightest button ever. But eventually we got there and we buttoned up the jeans, thank God. And they actually weren't terrible. I know that these were supposed to fit more like a dad jean, but honestly, this was the only pair of jeans in the store that I found that would fit me at all whatsoever. We'll get back to the jeans, but in the meantime, the top is really cute. It does sort of look like I'm naked now, looking back at the footage, so that's mildly concerning. But the material felt really nice. It was a cute top. And then for the jeans, I wanted them to be like a little bit longer and a little bit baggier. Here's what they looked like from the back. They're okay. They're not a $74 pair of jeans that I would ever purchase. There was a little bit of like a waist gap in the back. That happens to me a lot. I just think there are a lot better jeans out there. They're just too rigid. They don't fit me the right way. They're way too pricey for like the actual cut. And I don't think they're supposed to fit exactly like this. I think they're supposed to be for someone a bit smaller and fit a bit looser. So yeah, these were a hard no for me. So let's change the pace a little bit. Next, we're gonna try what I thought was a maxi dress in this really cute mint green color. This is a UK size 18, US size 14. It retails for $47, which again, this material, you can see it in the shot. Like, it's just not worth that price. But to my surprise, and what I learned when I was trying this on, is this is actually a jumpsuit. It's not a maxi dress, so it definitely has legs. I mean, look at that. Surprise, it's pants. Sometimes that happens. But the fit overall of this jumpsuit was just not right for my body in particular. Maybe because I'm taller. It felt like it was like really accentuating the crotch area, and I felt like it just kept bunching right there. And if it was any lower set, the V-neck would have been down to like my belly button. So I was trying to adjust it and make it work for me, but I just felt like it was accentuating all of the wrong areas, and I didn't love the material. It felt very cheap. So this is just one of those things that I was like really hopeful. I thought it was going to be a cute dress, and it just did not work out, and that's okay. So next we're going to move on to like a cute little corset top. It had built-in bra cups, which I thought was really cool, and I got it in a UK size 16, which is US size 12, because I was like, oh, I'll be fine. We'll get there. And then I got these black tailored trouser pants for $32, another US size 14. I am like so into a sort of tailored black trouser right now, so these actually fit great, but this top, it wouldn't even zip up. Like, my bust was way too wide for that. So we're just gonna pretend that it's zipped in the back, and this is what it would look like if it was in the right size. I wasn't about to go back out there and go sort through it and find another one, so this is what we're gonna get. But leaving the size out of the equation, this is actually a very cute top. I love the sparkles on like sort of the bodice part of the corset. I love the way it fits. I love the straps. I love the bra cups. And then these pants were really cute. I actually considered keeping these. This this was like the first thing I tried on where I was like, I could see myself wearing this because they were really high-waisted. I loved how tailored they were, but for me anyways, they were just slightly too short. And these days I just prefer much more of a long fit when it comes to like my jeans or my pants. So if these would have been available in a tall size or a size long, I probably would have gone home with them because they were really cute. I loved the way they fit me everywhere else, in the waist, in the legs, but yeah, I just couldn't. I was like sitting there looking in the mirror like, could I make this work? Could I wear it with the right shoes? But I want mine to be like basically hitting the floor. So these were ultimately a no from me. This top was just an absolute disaster and I was like, where is this going? Nobody knows. I don't know. Let's end this off strong. So I found this really cute black dress. It was in a UK size 18, US size 14. Pretty pricey, but honestly when I put it on I was like, this is cute. I really just grabbed this because it was in my size, not because I would actually see myself wearing it, but I was impressed. I was like, okay, this isn't bad. It had these really like chunky gold chains for the straps, so I thought that was like a cool touch, and it actually was really supportive in the cups. I liked the way the girls looked in it. And besides the black trousers that I tried on right before this, I would say that this was probably the best fitting thing that I got. I liked that there was a liner in the dress, but it kind of like cut off at a certain point, and then the rest of the dress was like a little bit sheer. I just thought it was like a cute little dress. I would never probably have a reason to wear this, but after a bit of a roller coaster ride, I was actually very happy to end this on a good note with something that I felt cute and confident in, that I felt like was decent quality. But yeah, overall, this was just a ride and we have a lot to chat about in the car.
Okay, so that was not that great actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I really was so excited for the amount of stuff that I thought was available in my size, but it turns out not a lot of it fit great, which now that I'm like thinking about it, that's actually my experience when I order online from ASOS. So I don't think it's like a just in-store thing. I think it's just their brand in general, but I do think that that's a cool step in the right direction. I saw upwards of sizes like 24, which is like a UK 28 in plus size offerings, which is great and cool and amazing that like plus size people can come to the Grove and shop like everyone else, which is just so silly that it's still something that everyone knows about. Like everybody knows that plus size people can't shop in most shopping malls and most department stores and have become just incredibly good at like shopping online. And so it's just, you know, super disheartening that that's a thing, but it is nice to know that there's at least like one store that offers a couple plus size things, even though it's slim pickings. There actually was a little bit more than I thought there was gonna be, and there was like a tiny little area that said curve, and I asked one of the employees who was right there, and she said, yeah, it's just kind of this tiny little area, and she used the word tiny. But anyways, overall, I don't know how I feel. I was really in the beginning of trying all this stuff on, kind of not feeling so great about my body, to be honest. I was just like, man, this is not it. But a lot of that came from the clothing just not being my right size, and when I wore stuff that actually did fit me and did kind of fit my proportions and my body size and everything like that, it made me feel amazing. Like it felt so good. I loved those black trousers. If I didn't like literally have a pair of black trousers on right now, I probably would have bought them. I thought the fit of the last black dress was really cute. Like there was definitely, you know, some good things in there, but for the most part it was very confusing. A lot of these fitting room videos can be like that, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this one was kind of a hot mess. So ASOS, whatever your name is, I am so glad that progress is being made. I think it's really cool, but you know, maybe you could do a little bit better. Also, I've never felt older in my entire life than going in there. I was like, where are people who are shopping in here going? Where are they going? Are they going to Vegas? Are they going to Miami? Because this is very like club-esque, not really my style. So I thought that was kind of funny. But anyways, I had a really good time going in the fitting room today and testing it out for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any fitting room suggestions or places that you want to see, definitely let me know in the comments below. I don't think I'm going to be doing these as frequently as I used to, but from time to time for sure. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also turn on my post notifications if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. As I mentioned before, I have an entire playlist of fitting room videos, so if you haven't seen any of them before or aren't all the way caught up, I'll link that playlist down below for you so you can check out more of those. But thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you all my love, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!